Hey, welcome to Thursday Thoughts. Believe it or not, I'm shooting this from the nexus of two states. Right over there is Arizona, and right over here is Nevada, and right behind me is the amazing Hoover Dam, and then it's the Tillman Memorial Bridge right there. And so we're here ministering at New Hope Las Vegas, but God really put on my heart a word for the Father's house as we come to our 17-year anniversary on October 17th. I looked at that bridge. As amazing as Hoover Dam is, I just want to talk to you about this bridge. This bridge was built in 2005. And it was named in honor of Tillman, who was a veteran who gave his life for our country in the war in Afghanistan in 2004. And it just reminded me that it's impossible to build a bridge, to bridge that gap without sacrifice. And the truth is that we need a bridge between where we are and those that don't know Christ more than ever before. Jesus came building that bridge with his life and his sacrifice, bridging the chasm between heaven and hell and giving us a way to cross from our sin to a holy God. We know that. That's the gospel, right? That's the good news. But the bridge building doesn't stop there. He's actually given each of us, according to the book of Hebrews, the ministry of reconciliation. And that's to build a bridge from where we're at to where others are at, to meet people in their brokenness. And that's going to require intentionality. That's going to require sacrifice. It used to be that the only bridge anyone could go here and the Route 93 was the Hoover Dam. And there was all this bottlenecking because everybody was trying to drive across the same area. And then they built this bridge, and that's allowed for everybody to be able to flow freely. Right now we're in a time and a season of brokenness, and we need bridge builders more than ever before. But as you can tell, with all the concrete, steel, engineering that had to go into place in order to make that bridge so that people could cross across safely, you and I, if we're going to reconcile with those who don't know Christ, those who have maybe been broken apart from us in our relationships because of all the controversies and issues going on right now, you and I, as Christians, as followers of Christ, are going to have to set that example to be that kind of a bridge that can be trusted to cross. Now, when I came to pastor this church and I was praying about whether to pastor this church, I flew in, and it was at the beginning of 2020, which right now that feels like that was a million years ago, but it was the new year 2020. And as we were landing, I saw, of course, the Coronado Bridge, right? And as I saw that, I just felt this strong word from the Lord saying, I have called you to build a bridge from those who know me to those who don't know me. And I sat in at the back of the Father's house service on that first Sunday, and I just began to cry because I looked out at a whole bunch of bridge builders. I saw that the beautiful building that God had given us was going to be a bridge to the community around us, that our workplaces, that our schools, that our neighborhoods, that our homes, all of that could be used to build a bridge from one side to the other, from those that know Christ to those that don't know Christ, if we're willing to be intentional about it. So I guess that's what I want to encourage you in, whether you go to the Father's house or not, is that as we enter this season where everyone is divided, where controversies are separating families, dividing churches, dividing people that used to love each other, let's go in the opposite. Let's be a bridge, not just between states like Arizona and Nevada. Let's be a bridge like Christ is for us, between hope and hopelessness, between sickness and healing. That's what God has called us to be. Let's be that, not only as we enter this new year for the Father's house, but for each of us that are followers of Christ. It's going to require sacrifice. It's going to require that we humble ourselves and serve others even when they are rejecting us. But this is the way of the cross. This is what God has called each of us to. And I'm excited to see the creative ways God's going to give us to do that in the year to come.